and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Lots to get to, so let's get to it. Ken Paxton was found not guilty Friday. How do you like that? 19 impeachment charges, impeached by the Texas House, found not guilty by the Texas Senate. 19 charges, boom. Nothing played out the way they claimed. All the accusations. You know what this all came from? 4 whistleblowers in his office, whistleblowers who were malcontents that he fired. It turned out to be nothing. Lots of egg on lots of faces there. Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas, moves on. The British Petroleum boss, the BP boss. This is the type of people that run these companies, okay? He texted his wife he was filing for divorce. Isn't that special? The Jets' Woody Johnson, this is the billionaire that owns the New York Jets, is telling all the billionaires, the mega donors, to donate to Trump. Good for Woody. All right, Bobart, her boyfriend, and her feeling each other up in the not only were they lying about the vaping, now they're feeling each other. Hello, Lauren, you don't know that there's you know what she's saying now? Oh, I get carried away with my animation. No, it just gets old. See, here's what happens. Bobart, Marjorie Green Taylor has called out by Laura Loomer at Atlanta. They're just always looking for something to just, and they look like morons. They hurt the MAGA movement, by the way. All right, red states poverty, pretty interesting. All the top poverty states, not cities. Not cities. See, the cities run by the Democrats are a disaster. But the states run by some of these Republicans in red states like West Virginia, Kentucky, Mississippi, they do not do very well on the old poverty line. I'll get in trouble. Ainsley Earnhardt on Fox and Friends points out that, who's he talking about? If you're the president of the United States, you don't answer to anybody. Besides the voters, right? I mean, you don't have a boss. If you're the president of the United States, you do not have a boss, except Joe Biden does, because he keeps saying, I'll get in trouble. Who's he talking about? Sad story. Alaskan lawmaker's husband was killed in a crash. Apparently, they were going to get moose meat. Sad story. Brian Allen, a billionaire, has offered $10 billion to Disney to buy ABC News. Wouldn't that be nice? The acquittal of Whitmer. This is another acquittal that happened on Friday. You can't make it up. Some FBI agents testified that in some of these meetings to plot and plan, there were more FBI agents than conspirators. The 3 of them were found not guilty. Trump says the UAW could crash the whole auto deal. You never know. By the way, how sickening is it? You got these multi-millionaire CEOs trashing the unions about how much money they make. I can't stand the corporate suite in America. I'll stand with the union workers all day long. Costner apparently wants back on Yellowstone. If they were smart, they'd put him back on Yellowstone. Let's cut all the crap and put everybody back together. On the farm bill, it's going to be delayed because they can't figure out the funding. Imagine that. Kristi Noem, accused of having an affair with this moron, Corey Lewandowski. Corey Lewandowski, I got to know him. He's a moron of the highest order. He really is. And, let me see, everywhere he goes, there's this turmoil where he's hitting on women. First you had the young lady that worked in the Trump's Oval Office, and you got this Kristi Noem. By the way, just for the record, I believe the accusations. And they hit Kristi Noem with it right after the Trump thing. By the way, I still like Kristi Noem. I still like her. You don't know what's going on in her marriage, but I cannot stand Corey Lewandowski. You love it. By the way, one thing about hitting her with that doesn't mean a lot of good because Trump still kind of likes Corey anyway. All right, Trent Stagg says it's time for an America First United States Senator from Utah. He's going to run for Romney's seat. Trump is even with Biden in Michigan. He'll win Michigan. Trump standing behind and keep pointing out that he offered Pelosi 10,000 troops before January 6th, and she said, nah, baby, nah. Good old Nancy. Youth pastor, sicko, killed his wife, killed his kids, then burnt his house down. Youth pastor. Garland and Biden, apparently there's a little ice forming. Remember what I predicted that could happen? I didn't plan it, but I thought it could happen. That what if Merrick Garland decides that Joe and Hunter are so toast that he decides for his legacy, he says the hell with it and throws in with the prosecution of Hunter and Joe? Would be something, wouldn't it? I mean, if he thinks it's Joe's going to go down anyway, you know? And apparently there's some ice going on there. We'll see. Jersey Mike says it keeps harder and harder to hire teenagers. Why? Because they're lazy. All right, McDonald's minimum wage. California franchisees are saying this is not working out well. $20 apparently is the minimum wage out in the old California, and apparently it's hurting the franchisees. We'll see about that. Latinos are more upset than anybody at Biden's immigration policies. Imagine that. Trump says he took a lot of time to write that note to Joe Biden. I'd still like to see what he said. Nicholas Feliz-Dominici, this guy on the left, that little boy, should be the poster child for this border illegal immigration fentanyl crisis. He's in daycare, and the daycare ends up being a place where they took all this fentanyl that came in from the border into Brooklyn, and this little boy goes to daycare. It's like his first week at that daycare, and he dies of fentanyl overdose. That's effed up. That right there, that little boy there, poster child for what's going on at the border. 10,000 dead Libyans from a dam break. I know Jamie Spinley covered this on his World News. Las Vegas hit and run. This kid, 17-year-old, intentionally ran over that guy and killed him. And you know what's wild about it is they videotaped it. Like, hello. It's nuts. Messed up world. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. You have a great one.